Hi, friends. Learning is a very interesting topic for me personally. And like you, I have spent a lot of time and energy over the years trying to learn through topics, through books, and what I would call the traditional way of learning. One thing which I have realized, and this is something which probably if I have to go 20 years back and start learning or go back to my school days or college days, like many of you who are students or who are starting up their career, I would learn topics and subjects very differently. And today I'm here to share with you some of very interesting sources which I have come across, which I leverage today to learn about a topic, about an area of interest, or things which I love to do, and try to go double down on that without paying any extra penny from my pocket to learn those topics and to really harness my skills over and over. I hope you keep liking this content, and if you do like, please share this video, subscribe to my channel, and why not? My name is Anis Merchant, and I really welcome you every week through this new content. And this specific content is focused on learning, on a special series for students and people who are looking to build their careers. I hope you enjoy this special content on learning, and let's get to it. Now today there are many sources, and I will be doing my first go at this particular topic, and you may find there are some which are left out and I would love to hear about them, but these are some of my favorite. So let's get to it and I'll talk about which ones I really care for on a daily basis. So the first piece of the content which I really like is podcast. Over the years, there are many topics which I have really dabbled in, and there are podcasts which I really like. And some of them, for example, if you go into my series, which I have focused on, is something called as Masters of Scale by Reid Hoffman. Amazing podcast. I would highly recommend for any individual who's thinking about starting their business, looking to get their business off the ground, a podcast which I would highly recommend. And similarly, there's a project called The Knowledge Project by Shane Parrish. Again, an amazing series, amazing program covering a variety of topics. And I really like to mix up things when I'm trying to learn a particular topic or a subject, because it helps me harness my creativity better and really help me get deeper into areas which spark my interest, and I can relate two different topics together to see how it becomes into life in my personal and professional life. So I would highly recommend you to think about that. So the first piece is the podcast. The second piece, which I'm sure each one of you would dabble in, is YouTube. Now, when you go on YouTube, there are so much of content which you can actually leverage. And there are so many individuals which you can learn from, understand from, and see where they are. And actually, my YouTube channel as well. If you want to learn about management, travel, technology, more than happy for you to come in. But I'm not the only one. There are many more such people. And let me tell you, there are a lot of things which I have learned and I keep learning through the YouTube itself. I've in fact bought a premium subscription because it helps me stay focused on the content and not get disturbed or distracted with the ads which come in. Highly recommend that. It's worth your investment. The third piece, which is an amazing source for you to really think about, in fact, I have gone back to it many times in my lifetime, is the platform called Khan Academy. Now, the reason why Khan Academy is very, very interesting. Today, even though I've been working for the last 26 years, there are topics, sometimes I need to go back to learning basics, whether it's basics of maths or basics of science, stats, or any other things. And there is so much of content on Khan Academy, whether it's definitely about math skills, science skills, but also about history and economics and many others, which is free. You don't even have to spend money, and the way the curriculum and the way the subject has been spoken to, it's amazing to learn. It's so easy to understand, and they really make it for children, and we as grown-ups can easily learn about from that particular platform, which is Khan Academy. And I highly recommend that to every individual, to everybody who's near and dear to me, and that has really worked out for many folks whom I know. On a similar space, there is another platform called Quizlet. Now, we all learn in very different ways. There is a way of learning called flashcards, and Quizlet as a platform is very interesting. It basically helps you learn, and you can also use that in your training program if you're trying to teach somebody, using Quizlet's flashcards on various topics. So if you really look at the topics which they cover, is phenomenal. And just for fun's sake, if you really are looking for language, let's say Spanish, there are so many interesting flashcards they have created for you to learn Spanish as a language. But there are many more such content which they have, and many subject areas you can go ahead and dabble in, and you can use Quizlet as one of the medium to learn a particular topic, which may be in this case language, and you can mix it up with other platforms and other technologies which you may be leveraging. Or if it's part of your curriculum, you can go ahead and use Quizlet in addition to your course curriculum, which you may be engaging on a daily, weekly, monthly basis in your course curriculum. Talking about language, my other favorite platform is called Duolingo. Now, this has been a far enriching platform, not only for me, for my children as well. Today, although Spanish as a language is not highly adopted in India, my children have started picking up to learn the language from Duolingo. And the way the gamification platform really works on Duolingo, it allows you to learn language very easily and keeps you motivated through its gamification platform, and allows you to keep coming back back and be part of the platform so that you can keep learning and keep enhancing your language skills. So Duolingo is my next favorite. Highly recommend that for anybody who's looking to harness their language skills or enhance their language skills. I'll recommend you highly go for it because it really helps you harness your skills better. By the way, none of these platforms are sponsoring this content. This is all my personal research and my own personal platforms which I leverage. So hopefully you don't see any other intention behind this video. Just wanted to throw it out there. The next piece, which is a very interesting and often we don't take it seriously, is Wikipedia. Let me tell you, I have often used Wikipedia, and I use Wikipedia today every day when I have to research about a business, about a particular topic, about a particular place. If I'm going to any new country or any new city, or if I'm trying to go to a place, whether it's a museum or something which is very historic, I try to research a little bit about it through Wikipedia because it gives you so much of rich information and allows you to appreciate that particular place or know about that place much before. And more importantly, it can also enhance your knowledge to be a conversation starter with people, with strangers whom you may be meeting. And that I really love. I recently did a video about networking. It really helps in your networking skills as well. So I would highly recommend Wikipedia. There are so many articles being written every day, being updated, and you just cannot get enough. There are some people whom I know would download these Wikipedia articles offline, and when they're going into remote places and don't have any source of entertainment or way to read or get their time out, they actually read these Wikipedia articles. So highly recommend Wikipedia as the next topic or a source which you should highly make it part of your learning platforms. Building on that, there is a platform called Wikiversity, which is built on the entire Wikipedia platform, which helps you start learning and kind of starts getting structured content based on all the Wikipedia content which is there. If you like a little bit structure and do not want it to be free flowing, Wikiversity is a very interesting platform for you to really dabble in, leverage it for your learning and for your training needs, and it will really help you to get the content which you're looking for in a very structured way rather than you trying to go all over the place. If you're like me, you want to be a little bit free bird, use Wikipedia itself, and you can choose not to use Wikiversity, but that's another platform which I would recommend to make it part of your learning platform. The other piece which I often get asked, do I need to pay to learn? And interestingly, there are two universities which I have come across and I keep going back to them. One is Yale University. They have their own online platform which are open courses which Yale has introduced, and Yale open courses are of variety of types. There are many courses. They may not be recent which they have put up, but there are so many courses which the professors of Yale have actually published online. So you can get an education from Yale sitting in any part of the world about a particular topic of your interest and make it part of your learning platform. Similarly, MIT has its own open platform which you can use, which is called the MIT OpenCourseWare. And similarly, they have many such programs which you can leverage, which you can understand, and it really helps you harness your skills better. And these courses are fun, they are interesting, they are of variety of type. And if you are trying to search about a particular topic, or if you are getting more interested in math and science, there are programs around that as well. It's a very interesting exercise which MIT has launched. I would highly recommend you to think about using it and see how those stories or those content can really help enhance your knowledge apart from the regular book knowledge or a particular course or a institution is trying to teach you for that particular area. On the similar lens, when we looked at MIT and Yale, there is another platform called OpenLearn, which has a lot of free courses available, which are very interesting. And again, like Yale and like MIT, there are courses across variety of topics. When you think about health, sports and psychology, education development, history, language, money and business, nature, science, maths, technology. And I keep asking myself, and probably I may do a video in the future, is MBA really required, and do we really need to pay institutions to gain that knowledge, or is it just to use that as a stepping stone? Not dabble much in it. I'll definitely do a video on that. Is MBA required or no in this day and age? But similarly, the platform like OpenLearn, you can actually use to enhance your knowledge further and use it as another platform which you would like to leverage. I'm sure there will be a question, Anis, okay, you're talking about so many platforms. Which platform should I really dabble in? How do I make it part of my day-to-day? I always believe, and this is something which I have learned, you cannot rely on a single source. Today when I look back, what I was taught by somebody in my past, that person didn't have enough knowledge, or their knowledge was restricted. But today with the internet, the knowledge has really surpassed, and there's so much of alternative mediums of that knowledge which exist, which you can leverage to enhance your knowledge and expand your knowledge further. So that's why I'm recommending these platforms. I would say these are my shortlist. Now, if you feel that there are many others, let those platforms be of your choice, but think about which you want to bring in, and definitely do dabble in some of them to see which ones make relevant for you. And on the similar breath, there's another platform called Academic Earth. Again, like OpenLearn. As you can see, they have variety of programs and courses which you can take, and again the course list is pretty exhaustive, covering variety of topics, and you can really start understanding those subject areas if you want to double click and start reading about them. There are case studies, there is content, there's so much to do with Academic Earth. And last but not least, a very interesting platform which I have come across recently is called Zotero. Now, what is Zotero? It's a personal research assistant. It allows you to collect, organize, annotate, cite, and share research so that you can leverage that, because there's so much of research happening, whether it's in the world of math, science, and other various topics. Math and science is something which I focus on, but there are many such topics which you will be focusing on, and there's so much of research happening in each of those areas, and it is important to really understand that research. And it is fun, and it can get boring to read research reports, but it really is important for us to organize that research so that we can leverage it. So Zotero is a very interesting platform. So yeah, that's one of the last tools. I will continue to enhance these platforms which I keep coming across. If you feel that I have left out any of the important ones, please leave your comments in the comment box, or if you want to talk about this topic further, reach out to me on Twitter or on my Instagram or on my email, and I'll be happy to connect with you. I hope you enjoyed today's content, and if you feel there is content which I should be doing more, do reach out to me, and I hope to see you in my future videos. Take care, stay safe, be blessed.